Good evening, Mayborn spirits, and welcome to your karmic dev reading. In this particular one, we're focusing on the karma indicated by the month you are born into. So, what does it have to say about you this month that you chose to incarnate? What does it mean for you that you chose to incarnate in the fifth month of the year? There are a few ways to find out your karma, but I believe that in order to get a full and complete understanding of your karmic program and what to do about it and how to manage to rise yourself above this wheel of incarnations and reincarnations, it is best to take into account the information you can get from all these different areas. For this karma based on the month of birth, it's much indicated to also do the karmic birthday. I'm gonna have later on some readings on the karma indicated by the birthday as well. But these two together, they form this karmic program that tell you and let you know what to do in order to liberate yourself from the samsara. And I've divided the whole year with the 12 months into four groups. You belong to the third group, and this is the group of adults. You are exactly in the middle of the group, and you represent the archetype of the adult in its full power and bloom in terms of age of spirit when talking about karma. And let's start now with your short numerology report because it is very much concentrated on one theme, your mother. So number 5, it's also formed out of 2 and 3. And for this karma, this 2 as a high priestess and the 3 as an empress. So basically, this is a very representative of the dynamic between you and your mother. So the Empress, which represents the May-born spirits, can't be if the High Priestess is not before, which represents the mother. So you have a very powerful, and the High Priestess, she represents the energetical level, while the Empress, she represents the physical level. And with this in mind, let's start your officially start your numerology report. So you have a very powerful karmic relationship with your mother. You are here to basically fulfill half of your mother's karmic debt. So this is huge. So you not only have your karmic program, but your karmic program involves also fulfilling half of your mom's karmic debt. The better you get along with your mother, the more you encourage her and don't let her fall astray and turn off her light or commit mistakes, the more you will benefit and better it will be for you as well. Having this very strong connection between your karma and your mother's karma, you are basically responsible. Karmically speaking, you are responsible, so you take the responsibility of the parent. So it's a karmic reversal of roles in here for you Mayborns. Okay, a lot of the people born in May will have a very tensed relationship with the mother. So naturally speaking, the universe puts you in a very difficult position just for you to learn this lesson. It's so good if you manage to forgive whatever there is to forgive to your mother, to make peace with her, and also, if you can, to help her, because again, it will benefit you profoundly. And as much as possible, avoid from judgments towards your mother. Don't judge her as much as you can. Because if you manage to build and because basically you have to build up the mother in here. I'm thinking now that even from very young ages, you may actually be responsible for your mother. I'm thinking even natural causes. Let's say it's just you and your mother becomes in one way, God forbid, but in one way or another, incapacitated, and you have to take this pater familia, this leader of the family role since very young. Or even if the father is present, I see two scenarios. One, when the father, for example, is very much dependent on whatever it is, substances, business, so the father is not much around. Or another scenario where you consider that the father is not capable and you have to take this role. But one way or another, because of this karmic relation between you and your mother, you will encounter situations such as this. But what you get if you manage to fulfill the karmic program: abundance, wealth, and fortune. Also, the support of your mother or of a person that will play the role of a mother, that will be like a mother to you. Because this relationship and this karma is quite heavy. So we're in the middle of the third group. So it's serious business in here. And you are adults. You are fully responsible for your karma. And due to all this, I'm thinking maybe a very good practice would be to have, like, to write a letter to your mother, to put everything, because I don't think you'll have the opportunity to do this in real life with her, because that will just enhance and build up more karma. Because somehow I feel like this action of yours would bring a reaction of suffering to your mother. But one way or another, you need to get it out of the system too. So Mayborns, maybe write a letter addressed to your mother where everything that you feel and goes inside of you, it's taken out of you. It's expressed, it's materialized into something. Or like, if you cannot or you do not like to do this exercise or this practice, or you do not like to write, for example, just have an imaginary conversation. Use your active imagination and like tell your mother everything that's going on in that heart of yours. Thank her for everything that she did for you and ask for forgiveness. Also, I hear now in my head that ritual of Ho'oponopono. Maybe that one, that Hawaiian. Forgive me. I'm giving you the short version. Forgive me, thank you, I love you. Have this mantra, maybe this shall prove useful to you. And this is what I got for your numerology report. And now let's switch to the second part of today's meeting. So for these two decks now, I have no crystals. Let's see, in the second part, I did change, so this four decks in the second part. First, we're focusing with this four decks on the karma part of the reading. With this archetypes deck, we're gonna have 3 past lives still influencing your present lifetime. So we're gonna have 3 past lives, starting with the oldest, that in a way or another still govern the blueprint of your present incarnation. With the Akashic Tarot, we're going to see some more details about these 3 past lives. We're going to switch to the Karma cards to find out your major karmic task. Is it related to a sign, a house, or a planet? Exactly what this major task is, also, although it's pretty clear to have this connection with your mother and to make sure you don't get out of her half, you don't get as much as the blueprint could provide for you, because either you go one way or another, it's a lot in there. And then with the Dream Weaver, we're going to find out how to achieve this karmic task, how to complete this task. And this is going to be for the first part. And I said I don't have for this 3 past lives, so these decks needed no more charging. So they were charged enough. Your past life and your major karmic task is charged enough. However, for the Dharma, for the sacred knowledge you get by completing this karmic program, the Dharma in here needed more charging. Because I switched and I brought up like a more powerful and more charged crystal. Let's see now. Mayborn spirits. What are 3 past lives influencing but also guiding with the Dharma you acquired in these 3 past lives? Okay, one last shuffle. And let's see. All of a sudden I became very quiet. I don't know why. The networker. We're just taking a look at this one. Enhances unity through the sharing of information. And in the shadow, I'm just reading what I feel like the first sentence. Conveys information for your personal gain. Some information that your mother should know. And if you're embracing the light, you're sharing this information. But if you choose to stay in the shadow, and the shuffling, it's okay, the guide. The guide for your mother's karma. You are the guide for your mother's karma. Represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. But in the shadow, places financial gain. Some information regarding to the financial aspect of your life. Places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. And now let's have one proper last shuffle and see for you, Mayborn spirits, what is the oldest past life first that still has repercussions on this. This is the one I'm taking. The Prince. In the light, romantic charm and potential for power. In the shadow, using power for self-aggrandizement. So this is the shadow governing this withholding or sharing of the information. So this is, you're holding this at your back. I remember now one episode in the Big Bang series. One of the characters has like one information, and I think it's Howard, and maybe he's talking to Leonard, and Leonard's asking like, you're not gonna say anything about it? And it's with Bernie something, and he says like, he's gonna use it in the right time, something like that. I think like you have this information, but you feel like you're holding it in your hand to use it in the right moment. And this past lifetime, when you did this, is affecting this specific moment in the present life I'm talking about. And it involves gossip, a Don Juan, and an Avenger. Okay, let's put this back and see a second past life for the adults born in May. So, in terms of age spirits, you are adults. Let's see. Our karmic adults, your second past life influencing the one you're into right now. What was it? God just showed a bit in there. So on this second past life and this one, slave. You might have been a slave I'm just saying might. This is not clear. This is a maybe. But God was there to protect you. So you didn't become a slave. Okay. This one we're keeping. The liberator of the mother. So in this lifetime, which ended up badly, you saw the light in the end. For this lifetime where you were a teacher. So the archetype you embraced in this lifetime was as a teacher. But you were a pioneer teacher. And what were you learning and teaching? You were a pioneer on the liberation of the mother. This is very much connected to your current lifetime, where you are responsible for. So you didn't do much liberation of the mother because you saw the light in the end. So you died abruptly in this one. And you died young, let's say 30, 35, as the character in here. And in the, I'm putting this ones back and we're keeping the teacher. In the light, the ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. But in the shadow, manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. So this pioneering of yours in liberation of the mother. So in this one we had mommy issues. For this lifetime there was a negative maternal complex. So the relationship you had with the mother in this one was under a lot of pain and hurt. Because you embraced quite a... And I felt this one something about the 1800s. Sometimes in history where feminine, female, and I feel like you were a feminine spirit or even a woman maybe. Because it was not common for women to teach in these ages. And you embraced a very masculine role just because this connection, powerful connection you had with your father. You didn't... you died very young in this one. We're gonna see why is it that you ended up seeing the light so fast with her light hair and that blank light card in there. The vampire with the blank. You started well, Mayborn. But this life, I feel like this life... So, again, as a vampire, you ended up badly also. But this one was even younger. In the light, makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. And life force, okay, I'm getting something in here. And life force is related to women and motherhood. There are families, so the woman, Eve in Hebrew means life. So the woman, the mother, because Eve is like the first mother. She's the representative of the mother part of the feminine aspect. And in this one, with the vampire in here, let's take another look. Okay, I feel it, so I'm gonna say it. Usually the woman is life. But in some families where the mother is so far away from her feminine nature, instead of being life, she smells and brings death. In those families, you will have dramatic cases with young children. In psychology, studied that, for example, teenagers or children, in case of divorce, it is indicated for the child to stay with the father, because in lots of cases where the child stays with the mother, it ends up in suicide. So the mother can either bring life or death, and in this one, you brought death. In the shadow, depleting others for your psychic survival. chronic complaining and codependency. And I feel it towards your child. A lost child. So this one is not representing you. In this one, you ended up badly. You died young as the daughter or the son of your mother. So in this one, you experience the other side of the coin. So you've experienced the loss of a child, which took you to this vampire, death-bringing women, which brings you today. I think this is the most clear reading out of all I did so far. I feel like saying this is instant karma from one life to the other. It feels like you are a bit of ahead of your time. Because instant karma, we're just, so 2027, 2033, we can talk about the beginnings of instant karma. But with this reading, Mayborn spirits, you feel ahead of your time. You feel like incarnating to open the way for the instant karma. You feel like a teacher of instant karma now. Let's see. Mayborn spirits. More details about your past lives. And a better understanding of how they are influencing your present incarnation. The last shuffle. Even the decks now started to move. Let's see for the prince. For your past life as a prince. Balance, will, wisdom, and mind. So in this lifetime, the blueprint for you was to learn the balance between will, wisdom, and mind. Wisdom. Here you had some issues with wisdom. This is why for the second past life, you came in as a teacher. The wisdom, because you with holding something in your back, you were not wise enough. The chess game stays in here with this black and white. The architect. So you were, as a teacher, you were the architect of this chess game. But why did this one end up so abruptly? Why is it so? You were the architect of... Did you die like playing your own game? Caught in the ruins, tower. No. You did because playing your game, so this chess game of yours was struck by the lightning of God. And instead, so in the traditional tarot, the two characters are blown away from the tower when the lightning strikes. But in this one, you were caught in the ruins. So when the lightning struck, you were meant to wake up. But in this one, this is how you died. You just stayed in the ruins. In the ruins of your own game. Because it's like exactly that there's a scene with the captain of the ship that doesn't want to leave its boat. This feels like the architect doesn't want to leave the game, even if he sees that the game is ending or the game is being destroyed. He will just stay there caught in the ruins. Okay, so you had the opportunity to leave, but you chose to end with the game. And for this past lifetime, as a vampire woman and a vampire mother, this is so clear for the life you're in right now. For this one, I really feel like you lost a child. And losing that child just took you to the shadows. Deep down in the shadows, yes. A fated meeting with the Four of Cups. Okay, so this event of you losing this child was a fated event, a fated meeting with your ego. Another thing I feel now like saying, in narcissistic families, in highly narcissistic families, children with all sorts of disabilities, like from mental ones, autism, or whatever, to physical ones, are born to teach the parents a lesson, to humble the parents. And this, not only a fated event and a fated meeting, but a divine fated meeting. A meeting with your, so these three different views of your ego meet the one. So this was a divine fated event. But this divine fated event left you in this vampire, codependent, complaining. You never managed to recover yourself after this loss. You just consumed everyone around you. And the bird's nest, okay, in here. So not only that you were consumed, but you consumed everyone else in the nest there with you. Let's see now. May spirits. What is your major karmic task? This karmic task of yours, of taking care of your mother's karma and assuming responsibility for your mother's karma, is it related to a house, a planet, or a sign? Let's see. May adult. It is related to the 10th house. Responsibly. Okay. So it is about responsibility, success. Because if you are successful in this responsibility, you will have wealth, abundance, and fortunes, we said. Okay? So being successful in this responsibility of your mother's karma. Become a person of power and status, definitely, if you manage to fulfill this. This is your major karmic task, okay? To become a person of power and status. And the way, your career, where you're going, and your destiny, fated meeting. And where you're going with this power and status, it's your destiny, your career, and your major karmic task, I would say. Now let's see with the Dreamweaver, how is it that you can achieve these requirements of your karmic program? How can you complete the demands of your karma? This one card, I just want to see it. All the threads of the fate must bend. So all the threads, will, wisdom, and mind. With this wisdom. So wisdom seems to be problematic for you here. Then you come as a teacher, but still don't manage to fully complete this wisdom karmic program. You still and you're tested here. So the first test, the second test, and the third test. So in this one where you died, it was not even painful enough dying to wake you up. So you experience the other side of the coin, as I said. Okay, let's see how can you complete and achieve this major task of yours of becoming wise in the mother's land. Okay, let's see. Number 18. Watch the sunbeams. What the sunbeams have to show. The sunbeams. So the light of the sun is for the masculine, okay? And the light of the moon is for the feminine in here. So the feminine does not see clear in here. So some light from the sun needs to be brought in here, because that one will help you to see things clearly, more clarity. How to achieve it? Look at the sun. Learn from the wisdom of the sun. The wisdom of the sun. And this is it for your Dharma. Now, Mayborn spirits, let's switch to the Dharmic part of your reading and see what is it exactly that you are looking for in this lifetime of yours. What is the Dharma, the sacred knowledge you are acquiring? And this one, I want to see it. Choices, okay? It won't stay on the table because it was very shy in there. The weaver of the heart song. So first of all, the feminine in here learns how to weave. In this deck, there are a lot of cards with weavers. In the Dream Weaver, obviously. But you don't get one. So you cannot complete your major karmic task as a weaver, because you still need to go to the light of the sun to learn how to weave. But this is your major dharma, to learn the power of the feminine weaver, the spider's web, and the heart, so that the masculine can sing its joy, can sing its heart song, his heartfelt song. The masculine in here, he's protected by this white horse. And somehow this white horse with the white hair in here, and let's say for a moment, this is the mother. And this is the Mayborn spirit. And this kiddo in here, he's holding sunflowers, the sunbeams. Okay, let's the star. And when we had that card, caught in the ruins with the tower, so you could not advance in this lifetime towards the star, because you died with the tower. You ended with the tower. Let's see now what are the sacred blessings. You have a lot of blessings, but they are still depending on some choices, because where's the choices card? Still depending on some choices of yours. Will you still be withholding information, or will you share it as your heart song? Okay. But this is also major dharma. So for you to share this heart song, the masculine to share this heart song, first the feminine needs to learn how to weave. And the blessing guiding your way is the animal guardian. So the kingdom of the animals is very much protective of you. Let's see what else do we get from there. I'm thinking now of all those saints, the stories with the saints talking to animals. I think it's Raphael, also maybe Peter, Dr. Dolittle, of course. So Mayborn, your guardian is the animal. Because this relationship with the mother in the May month, it's problematic. You had extra guardianship from the animal kingdom. Transformation, tower. Okay, tower again. So now there's a transformation of this tower moment. Now the blessing is that you will not be caught in the ruins again. You shall advance towards the star that we had. The purpose, meditation, and prayer. Let's see one. Death and rebirth. Magic. Death and rebirth brings magic. Okay, Mayborn spirits. This is what I have for this karmic death of yours. I shall see you in one of the next readings, and wishing you to enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for watching. Goodbye now.